Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Not too long ago, I decided to upgrade my Charger RT with a Borla S-Type exhaust. It was the first modification I've done to that car in almost 4 years of ownership, and it was super exciting and it turned out fantastic. A lot of you have probably already seen the installation and unboxing as well as the pure sound videos that I shot on that. If you'd like to see that more in depth, click the link in the top right hand corner of the video. Truth be told, I had an ulterior motive for doing the Charger project in the first place. I mean, of course, like I said, it's something that I had always wanted to do to the car, just unleashing a more aggressive V8 sound, and I love how it turned out. It's not too loud, it's not too quiet, it's just perfect for my daily driver, but even better, there's no drone. I was so impressed about that. That was really a key concern with putting an exhaust on in the first place, but I mean, it's just awesome. But the real reason for doing it is the car sitting behind me. Borla is the only exhaust manufacturer that makes an exhaust for the 2002 to 2005 Ford Thunderbird. This is our 2002 model. We've owned it for about 3 years now, and for a while it was my wife's primary daily driver. Now she has a newer, more modern, fuel-efficient vehicle to travel to and from work, so this car primarily serves as our fun car. It's got a 250 horsepower, 3.9 liter V8, so pretty decent performance for the day. We like taking the top off during the summertime, and it's a very cool, very comfortable, unique car. We love taking it out to car shows and all that good stuff. But one thing that I've always wanted to do to the car is to upgrade the exhaust system, and Crystal, being a little bit more on the conservative side, she's like, I don't know, I don't really want to mess with it, yada yada yada, I don't want to make it too loud or mess it up. So I was like, what can I do to convince her to do this exhaust? I'll upgrade the Charger. So I put the exhaust on the Charger to basically serve as the guinea pig and show her, like, this is how awesome it could be, even though it's a totally different car. I mean, just the refinement and stuff that comes from, like, Borla's setups and everything. It was a great example to show her, and she absolutely loved it, so here we are. Exhaust sitting under me, ready to go. So the one thing that was kind of difficult in the beginning and why I did this whole elaborate process was because there's basically no content on YouTube showing this car with a proper demonstration of this exhaust system. So I wanted to do a proper demo. So like with the Charger videos where I did the installation, the unboxing, like showing all the process, before and after, initial impressions, and the pure sound video, we're gonna do the exact same thing with this car. So all the unique nuances, like the steps and stuff that you gotta do, I'm gonna show all of that. We're gonna put the car on a lift so there's good visibility. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Of course, I'm gonna start it up with open headers so we get that raw sound, and I can't wait to see or hear what this car sounds like after everything is said and done. So before we go get it installed, let's go ahead and unbox the package and see what's inside. Alright, so let's see what's inside. Pretty simple setup. It's all designed to be bolt-on. It's all made of stainless steel, so it's supposed to be nice and durable. And I also like, I mean, just like the Charger, all of the mufflers have Borla stamped on either side, which is quite nice. One important thing to note when you're putting these systems on, when you're all done, you're getting ready to put the car down and drive away, make sure that you take some, I don't know, window cleaner or something like that and wipe all of the fingerprints and stuff off of the pipes so they don't risk getting like imprinted over time and they look nice and shiny for the long term, basically. These are quite nice. I mean, everything has pretty good weight to it. I imagine this is quite a bit lighter than the factory setup, but we'll find out for certain tomorrow. But these, unlike the ones from my Charger, actually have tips mounted on the end of it. These are quite a bit bigger, and they're oval shaped too. They also have the Borla stamping on the outside, and they're polished to a nice high sheen, so I imagine this is going to look really, really nice when it's done. Of course, there's a whole instruction manual right here, and it seems relatively self-explanatory. I think this car is a bit easier to do, like for DIY at home, than the Charger was. But yeah, it's got a bunch of pictures, step-by-step process, so should be pretty easy. So let's go ahead and load it all back up in the box and head on over and get it put on. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. We're getting the exhaust put on this morning, and I am so excited. I have no idea what this car is going to sound like once the exhaust is on, because like I said, there really aren't any good videos demonstrating it on YouTube. So it's going to be a surprise, and I'm eagerly anticipating. I've waited for this day for so long, so it's so much fun. But we're heading to North Point Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram right now. It's the place that I got the exhaust put on the Charger, and I've done a ton of videos there before, and you guys, I'm sure who followed the channel for a while now already know that. But I know it sounds kind of funny that I'm bringing a Ford Thunderbird to a Dodge dealership to get an exhaust installed, but they're really good folks that work here. They work on a variety of cars. I take some of my other cars here as well, but everybody's always so professional. It's a nice clean place, a nice pretty area to video and all that good stuff. And of course they have lifts and everything, so we'll be able to look underneath the car and see like all the installation process versus trying to do it in the driveway and being all cramped up and not having the proper tools and all that good stuff. So big thanks to them for allowing us to shoot here today. If you'd like to learn more about the dealership and I guess some of their current inventory, please feel free to check out their website provided in the description box below. Alright, so the installation is running pretty smoothly so far. It seems like a pretty simple process as long as you have somebody else helping you. But we went ahead and put the car down now that we've taken off the factory exhaust, and we're going to start to look at the open headers and see how it sounds. Just leave it like that. Alright guys, the exhaust installation is done. Now let me walk you through the process of what needed to be done. It was actually a lot simpler of a process than the Charger was, because there wasn't like so many pieces that you had to remove and pieces of the exhaust to take off. So come on, let's walk up here right fast. So the Thunderbird has this big X brace right here to like boost the structural rigidity and stuff by having the convertible and all that. The headers come out to right here, right above this cross brace. Now I thought that we would have to take this off, and it's a pretty big piece, but luckily you don't, because the bolts are located right here in the corners of the brace, so you're able to get that off and basically undo the factory exhaust back. So that's definitely really nice. It made things a lot quicker and simpler. So the main pipe right here, then you have the two smaller pipes that join right here with a pair of clamps. There's also a set of rubber hangers up here as well. The other set of hangers are located right here on the outer edges of the muffler, and of course extra clamps and stuff. So yeah, it was a really clean install, plug and play, relatively simple. So let's go ahead and lower it down and start it up and hear how it sounds for the first time. Question is, will it fit? So unfortunately the exhaust didn't fit into Chris's nitro, so we'll grab the truck later and pick it up, so no worries. But we're about to hop back in the car and head home and see what it's like to drive down the road for the first time. Alright guys, we just left the dealership and I'm absolutely elated. I mean, this thing, it sounds quite good. Obviously with these exhausts and stuff, there's going to be a little bit of a break-in period, so it's not quite as loud right now as it will be in a couple weeks or so. I'm going to try to do some highway driving and stuff this weekend and see if I can break it in a little bit more before we do the pure sound video. But it sounds awesome so far. It's quite a bit, or quite a different note from the Charger. It's not so much like a rumble, but it's like a deep like growl. It's very cool, and you guys will see that more in the pure sound video, of course. But I mean, the initial impressions, just like the Charger, I mean, there's absolutely zero drone on the highway. It's only loud when you want it to be. I mean, you accelerate, you get the added sound. I mean, when you're just cruising with a little bit of throttle applied, it's no, like, there's no background noise or anything like that. It's not too intrusive. It's just the right amount of loud. I like the way it sounds overall. I mean, I think this upgrade is definitely what this car needed. So it feels like it has that extra personality of, like, you know, classic V8s back in the day and everything. And I absolutely cannot wait to take this top off and to be able to hear everything, just open air experience and everything. Because, I mean, the reason my wife and I bought this car, I mean, we were initially looking at Mustangs and stuff from like 05, 06, but I mean, Mustangs for the most part, I mean, they're a dime a dozen, they're all over the place, and while I love a good Mustang, Camaro, and Challenger, this is just something different. I mean, Crystal and I, we like stuff that can start a conversation, that we can maybe take to a car show and people don't necessarily see all the time, especially this color. It's a very distinct car, so it very much fits our personality, and we absolutely love it. It's a fantastic fantastic car. It's been reliable, it's relatively comfortable, it's horribly impractical, and the interior space is about the size of a Miata, but it's an absolutely wonderful car. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun. Definitely a quicker process in the Charger, good clean install, quality parts. I mean, you definitely, if you got one of these cars, it's well worth investing the extra money in. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Be sure to stay tuned for the Pure Sound. Have a good one, guys.